For the first time ever, 2K has, I guess, tried to actually nerf builds, and they actually took away badges from people that already spent their money, with VC and stuff like that on their builds. They took away badges. Even if the build was already made a long time ago, stuff like that, they still took away badges. I remember when 2K21 Next Gen was out, people was getting, crazy amount of badges. The game it had some issues or whatever, and people was getting crazy badge points. They didn't take no badges away from those builds back then. The scoring machine, the offensive threat, the playmaking 3-level score, builds where you can get 84 plus badges on, some of them 100 badges if you knew how to make them right and things like that. But so this is gonna be the best build after this patch or whatever. Um, you want to go power forward because if you go center, it's just not as good. It is what it is. 2K20, when somebody made a glass cannon lockdown, I think it was the best to go center if I'm remembering right. Because when I made mine, I went center. I think it was a better badge spread and stuff like that. But this year, you want to go power forward. This stuff don't matter. That don't matter. For the pie chart, used to go just like the perimeter lockdown, the P lock used to go Hall of Fame defensive, Hall of Fame shooting. But this year, it's not really the best pie chart. The badge spread ain't as good. The attributes ain't as good. And if I'm remembering right too, the speed ain't as good because I tried to make this build. I didn't actually like, what I'm saying, make it, but I like tested it out to see what it would look like. And it wasn't looking too good. So the pie chart you want to go with is one of the new pie charts. It's the one above the last pie chart. It's gonna be the mostly green, some red, but you get better defense on this pie chart than you do the one that's Hall of Fame defensive, Hall of Fame shooting. You also get better defense on that one than you do on this one, which is uh, more defense than shooting. So the pie chart you want to go with is the more shooting than defending. You want to go max speed because you want to be as fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna have a good vertical and stuff like that. You want to be as fast as possible, no matter what build you on. Even if it's a center, you still want to be as fast as possible. With the pick and roll being as crazy as it was on 21 current gen when it first dropped and all that, I think that was the most popular screens has ever been, even in comp, like in comp stage. So you want to be as fast as possible. You want to max your standing dunk, max your driving dunk. We're gonna come back to finishing. You're gonna max your 3-pointer, mid range, free throw. We're gonna come back to post fade, max your interior, max your lateral quickness, max your block, max your offensive rebound, max your defensive rebound, max your perimeter defense. Even though you're a center, like I said, the game has changed. Like it's not like how it used to be. Centers have to actually guard guards a lot now due to what I'm saying, the screens and all that, all kind of stuff like that. So like I say, you want to be as fast as possible. You also want to have perimeter defense. So our close shot, we're going to take our close shot to 83. So max out close shot. Which would leave you with 6 finishing. You're going to take your post fade to 81. Which will leave you with 23 shooting, which is the most shooting badges you can get. You want to take your steal to a 62, which will get you with the most defensive badges you can get. Most shooting badges you can get is 23. Most defensive badges you can get is 23. Now, some people would say, "Oh, you need max steal. You a center, so like when they throw in lobs, or if you know what I'm saying, doing the pick and roll, you're more likely to get a steal in important situations, stuff like that." So, if you want to go max steal, do not touch your defense. You are a center. You need as much defensive badges as possible. On a center, I'm used to having 30 defensive badges. I'm used to going with the all red pie chart. You are a center. You need as much defensive badges as possible. Just like on a P-lock, you know what I'm saying? If you're on a P-lock, you got to have as much badges as possible. Even with the red and green pie chart, the max defensive badges I think is 22. You want to have 22 because that's what you are. You're a lockdown. With the red and green pie chart, Hall of Fame shooting, Hall of Fame defense. On this one, the max is 23. You got to have the max. You got to have 23. So we're not touching our defense. But like I said, if you want that max steal, you could always come up here. Because you a center. You need as much finishing as possible. I wouldn't touch that 6 finishing. And I'm going to show you why in a little bit. You for sure need gold lob city finisher because you need to finish as many lobs as possible. You already have a low drive and dunk. We're used to having contact dunk type builds, okay? So you don't want to touch, I wouldn't touch finishing. I recommend you take some badges off of shooting. Because if you know what I'm saying, if you know what you're doing, 23 shooting badges is already a lot on a center. But I mean, it's up to you. If you want as much badges as possible, that's what I would go with. But if you want that max steal, I would take some from shooting. I would probably go something like this because this is the most badges you can get with the highest steal. If you don't want to do this, if you really want that max steal so bad, you're going to have to lose 1 badge. I wouldn't recommend doing this, but if you want to do it, you want to do it. You take away 1 from 70, post fade to 75 right now. You take away 1. You lose a shooting badge, but you get that max steal. Now, if that's what you want to do for a max steal, that's on you. But I wouldn't recommend it. It's just 1 attribute. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you because, the steal animations or whatever, the thresholds is up to you or whatever. Because when you max that, when you at the 69 steal right here, when you max the wingspan, it's going to go higher. It's all up to you. But this would probably be the second best option right here. Second best badge spread. But like I said, that's what I would recommend. Best badge spread to me, in my opinion. Okay. So for your body type, body shape, it's really up to you. I recommend Burley though. That's just me because you a center. You want to look as big as possible. And with us dropping the weight, you'll still look big with this. And this is just my opinion. When you setting screens, if you a burly build, like if your build is burly, he looks bigger. So when you set the screen, you're more likely to set a better screen. That's just my opinion. Body shape may not have nothing to do with that, but I just think it does. That's my opinion. If you don't go burly, I'll probably go define. Because when you're dropping the weight, you still going to have some muscle. You still going to look kind of big. You may look like a guard just a little bit. Maybe a little bit like a P-lock, but you still going to have some muscle. You still going to look swole. But I recommend Burley. Height, 6'8". 6'8" was the best height on 21 current gen. When I made my pure red glass cleaning finisher. Minimum weight, 6'8" was the best because you still get good rebounding and then you still get like really good speed. You'll see. So 6'8" is the height. Drop the weight all the way down so we can get that max speed. Now, even though you're dropping this weight, you're not gonna look small if you go burly. So drop the weight all the way down. Minimum weight. You a center. You on max wingspan no matter what. Right now, before we touch the wingspan, you at 81 shooting. Okay. You still gonna hit regardless. 22. This is current gen. It's similar to 2K20, to where like you can shoot with a low three ball. And I'm saying this because I tested it myself. You can shoot with a low three ball consistently too. So you're gonna max your wingspan. You're gonna max your wingspan. You have to. You a center. You a lockdown. You a center. Like every center is considered a lockdown if you're a center because you got to stop everybody to come in the paint. You got to stop everything. You basically like the P lock, but you just bigger. You're a little slower than the P lock, but you still technically a P lock. You lock down everybody. No matter if you got to guard the play shot, no matter if you got to guard the P lock, you or the center, you locking up everybody. Like that's what you got to do. So we're gonna go max wingspan. If you go minimum wingspan to get a higher 3-pointer at 84, like do not do that. Like you are a center, you should never do that. Look at your defense. You killing your defense. The so-called steal animations or whatever that Mike Wang mentioned or whatever. I think he said it on Twitter. You for sure ain't getting none of that. If that steal stuff is true, you ain't getting none of that. All you do is get higher shooting. You get an 84 3-pointer. That don't matter. Like I said, you gonna hit regardless. Your driving dunk going down to 68, so you gonna lose out on the. If I'm remembering right, the to get the alley hoop animation, you have to have a 70 driving dunk. Being on a center, you catch lobs all the time. So with you not having when somebody throw you a lob, you not having an alley hoop animation, you gonna miss so many lobs. Do not do that, because the threshold will be 70, which would be a 70 driving dunk. Your standing dunk, you ain't gonna have no big man standing. You ain't gonna have no big man dunks. You gonna miss out on all the big man dunks. Do not do that. You're gonna miss out on I think you would miss out on most of the big man dunk animations, all that. So you're gonna go max wingspan. Max wingspan, you'll still get the good dunks. Get good dunk packages. You get the alley hoop dunk package. And then at a 96, you'll hit the 70, I believe, threshold Mike Wayne was talking about for the steals or whatever. So you'll still get that stuff if that stuff is true or whatever. You still get the big man dunk animations with the standing dunk being at 83. So max wingspan. Speed, it's an 81 right now with the +4 from being 99. That'll be just an 85. With Gym Rat, that'll be an 89 speed. I think if you're 99.9, you'll be a 90 speed. So like that's super fast for a center. This is the best build right here. Max wingspan. Takeover, glass takeover is the best takeover because as a center, you get the rebounds 24/7. You will know where the rebound is going. And when you're playing tryhards or you playing, like I said, comp stage, this is the best. You know where the rebound is going. That's what you're there for. You're there for a lot of things, defense, getting stops, but rebounding is one of the most important things too. So you're going to go glass takeover. Rim takeover, like, I wouldn't do it. Because, like, you still, if somebody going to dunk on you or if somebody going to get a layup over you, it's just going to happen. Like, this ain't going to help do much. Sharp take, I mean, you could go sharp take, but, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. This ain't good for, like, comp situations. The best for comp situations would be glass take. If you want to do that, that's you. You will be shooting the ball probably a little bit more than a P-lock, but you're not going to be shooting the ball all the time like a play shot would or whoever the guard is. So you're not going to get that sharp takeover all the time. I will get this glass take. You're going to get it all the time. So I will go glass take. That's been real quick. Now, see, 2K with this new patch is kind of tripping. I don't know what's going on, but 2K, y'all got to fix this. Real quick for the badges. I'm not trying to brag or nothing like that, but I hit level 40 on this build, stuff like that. I made this build since 2K22 dropped, current gen drop first day. I've been playing with this build, so I know what I'm talking about. This is just my opinion. These are the best badges. Lob City Finisher Gold, Limitless Takeoff Gold. If you don't want to do that, probably go Posterizer and Fearless Finisher. If not that, then probably go Posterizer and Mouse in the House. Or Limitless Takeoff and Slithery Finisher. Or Limitless Takeoff and Unstrippable. It's all up to you. Or Limitless Takeoff and Fast Twitch. It's all up to you. But this is the best in my opinion. Lob City Finisher Gold. Limitless Takeoff on Gold. Best shooting badges. Catch and Shoot Hall of Fame. Blindness Hall of Fame. High Zone Hunter Hall of Fame. Sniper Hall of Fame. Volume Shooter Hall of Fame. Volume Shooter Gold. Corner Specialist Gold. Now, if you don't believe in Sniper like that, or if you feel like you don't need Corner Specialist, it just depends on how you play. You can always take it down. You can take it off. It's up to you. You can take this off. You can put Sniper like Silver or something like that. You can put on Green Machine Hall of Fame, Silver Clutch Shooter, Silver Limitless Spot Up. Is all up to you. Or go Silver Corner Specialist. But I recommend Hall of Fame Sniper. Silver Volume Shooter, go Corner Specialist. This is what I recommend. Playmaking, you only get one. You're going to go Bronze Bailout. Because you already got a low, you know what I'm saying, passing or whatever. And that Bronze Bailout will help you out a lot. If not, you're going to get turnovers 24/7. Bronze Bailout. Defense, Bronze Chase Down is basically all you need. Rim Protect the goal. Rebound Chase a goal. Intercept a goal. Intimidator goal. Brick Wall goal. If you're going to be setting screens. Hustler gold, Clamp silver. If you're not gonna run pickpocket, if you're not gonna run brick wall, if you're not gonna be setting screens, if yo go like the ISO and he don't like screens ever, no brick wall. Pickpocket silver, or you can put Clamp silver, pickpocket gold. It just depends. If you don't want to run that, if you want chase down as high as possible, if you want to do that, that's up to you. I'll probably do that right there. You can always put Clamps Bronze and go there. It's up to you. But I recommend probably something like that. And that's the best build right there.